the SeaTown Sports podcast coming at you on a Saturday night. So who knows when you're listening to this, but it doesn't even matter what episode it is anymore, Kev, because we're past 100 and it's just, in your weekly sort of inbox for everybody. And you can just listen to it.
Yeah. Or if you listen to the clips, I'd say half the people that I talk to, they're like, yeah, I saw the clip, or half of the people are actual listeners. But I'm okay with it. If they listen
Happened to me again, Kev. I was at the Mariners game on Thursday, day game. A guy who I don't know well, he refs basketball, and so he knew me from coaching days, and he's like, and you're on my algorithm all the time. Your podcast comes up. So
there you
go. I don't think
go.
he listens to the pod. I think he just sees the clips. So he probably won't see this. This won't get clipped out. But
this makes me so happy for you.
Yeah, I'm sure recognized all the time in Mariners
Yeah, that
games.
fringe people know who you are.
My sister had a 40th birthday party. Now these are not fringe people, but her friends are we're weekly listeners. So yeah,
it's great stuff.
Producer Justin said, if you want to, you guys could be the #1 podcast in Seattle sports.
Yeah.
I was like, is that what we want?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know if we want that.
Yeah. I don't know if I want that either.
Yeah. But you know what? We're here and it's Saturday night. Kev, why are we here on Saturday night? What's going on with you?
You know why I love this podcast? It's nothing about me, but Christine was even wondering, why did you want to do it on a Saturday night? And I just figured I had to get opinions out.
Okay. Yeah.
And there was one opinion
Okay, let's lead off right in. We're in the lead off.
Let me lead it off.
Here we go. Kev is leading us off today. Here we go. Here's the lead off.
Always important to set context. This is what we like to say. So today's Saturday. Friday night is the kickoff weekend for the 50th anniversary celebration for the Seattle Mariners. Lots of random people throwing first pitches out there. They had a signature event last night on Friday, the alumni home run derby. Pretty much one of the coolest things you could do for this type of thing, planned months in advance. Ichiro's in it, and we could talk about the merits and the
Stephen Romero. Let's go.
Romero, Bucky Jacobson.
Yeah.
Ryan Roland Smith.
Hitting bombs, too. Yeah.
Incredible, right? Aaron Goldsmith was on the call. It was after the game. It was after they lost against a really good Tampa Braves team, right?
Sure.
Of course they lost.
Yeah.
I wake up on Saturday morning, right? Expecting to just see, they lost. Home run derby was cool. But no, Mariners Twitter does not disappoint.
Never does.
One of the prevailing takes was that Julio Rodriguez, who has taken up DJing on the side, you can find him on TikTok, was DJing after the game during the alumni home run derby. Had a little crowd. Even Junior Caminero, who was on the Rays, was there supporting his friend after the game. And I saw multiple posts ripping Julio in the Mariners for having this home run derby and Julio DJing the event. Basically saying he needs to be in the batting cage at 10 o'clock, getting rips in, that the Mariners should be ashamed of themselves for promoting the event and having the fans be happy. It makes no sense to me. And I do think that there's a fringe part of the fan base that just can't get over themselves. There's a point to where this is just a game and we're supposed to enjoy it. Yeah, they lost. It sucks. Everyone's upset. And this leads to my second point. There's another prevailing opinion that the team doesn't, the players just don't care. And this is a little more complex and a little more nuanced. But here's my point. People were saying, the team is lifeless. They look so sad. They have no emotion whether they win or lose. You obviously haven't been watching the season. You didn't watch, they couldn't have watched tonight, but if you watch the team tonight, Dan Wilson gets kicked out for the second time this week. I think he cares. He might suck at managing, but he cares. Brian Wu everyone in the dugout cursing out this umpire who had a horrible call again on Julio, who tapped his helmet right after a strikeout call, and for some reason was told that he took too long to challenge the call. The point is that I feel like fans just say things without thinking, and technology is great for this. Like, this is the worst part about technology, is it allows us to espouse opinions without fully thinking through. I myself have been very guilty of this, emotional and just saying dumb things. My hope is that I say less dumb things than dumb things, but who knows? It just pisses me off because these guys are trying hard. Also, Julio should be allowed to have hobbies outside of baseball, just like all of us. And we shouldn't get angry at him. Like, get angry at Cal Raleigh hitting 160. Just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if you've had the same reaction or if you're fired up as me, but
it's funny because this will be on social media, and then people will have their hot takes that we'll get to later. They say you never should read the comments, because I do agree with you. People, the veil of social media changes people. We've had people on this podcast. We've talked to people. We know people who have accounts who get frustrated at the Mariners and are a different frustration level online than they are when you just have a conversation about the Mariners in person. Right? So there's this thing that happens in social media land, and then it aggregates, or it like eats itself and becomes like an organism, especially on X or TikTok. Those two in particular are really toxic, and people just love to live in that land. And it's the same people who were like, yeah, we should absolutely boo Alex Rodriguez when he comes back to Seattle for the first time in 27 years in the top 50. And I think it was Mike Salk on 710. I was listening to sports radio, who made the point that, I think this will lead where you're going as well. Like, it's a small segment, but they voice very loud, right?
Yeah.
Because if you go to the game, everyone there is pretty happy. Now, tonight, there were a lot of boos, and part of it was the umpire. And part of
last night. Yeah.
And part of it's people are frustrated because the team is underperforming. They're bad. The only part I disagree with, Kev, is I do think they're kind of lifeless in a way. That's hard to measure. It's hard to see because they have a good moment and they're really psyched, and they're yelling at the ump, and Wilson's getting kicked out, but they don't play with intensity and focus. And focus is maybe the right word.
I think that's the nuance.
Urgency, right?
I could get that. Yeah. Or they don't know how to win. They don't have the discipline to know how to win or play.
Well, that's what's weird though, because they were good last year, and some of the guys are not now. If you intellectually break it down, or you analytically break it down, you can just look. There's people on Twitter who've done this really well. Luke Arkins had all this stuff about hard hit rate and chase rate. And if you look at Julio, Cal, and Naylor, they're really down from last year. Okay, that probably names what's wrong with your season. Also, your starting pitching's not as good. Also, Matt Brash is hurt, right? I mean, it's pretty easy to name it. But when you watch a game like tonight and last night, and they're sort of like, they get nothing. Like tonight, 2 Naylor home runs. That's it. Yeah. They get guys on base. This happened last night. They hit into like 4 double plays. The game I went to on Thursday, when they lost 11-0, even early in the game, they just kept hitting into double plays every time they get a guy on base. And it just looks like bad baseball. So I get why people are frustrated. I feel that. I said this somewhere. I was tweeting about it this week. I was actually active on Twitter. I'm sad for people. That's my biggest takeaway that agrees with you, Kev. I'm sad for fans who seemingly, I guess, are going home after games or turning the TV off, and then they're just crunching numbers and crying into their beer or something. Like, what are they doing after a game? I know they're not playing on the team, but that's like what they want the players to do, is just cry in the locker room and not go home to their spouses or
I
wives.
Actually made that comment. I said,
it's just absolutely absurd.
Them cry? Like, Now,
let me tell you something.
People could always, this is so common. They conflate the M's marketing team from being so good, for being one of the best in baseball.
This was a great promotion.
Yeah, they conflate that with the on the field performance when there's no connect. We already
Yeah.
made this point. Like,
Yeah.
they're just doing what they can,
And
they're
Julio-
probably really good about it because they've lost so many games in the past 25 years.
Totally.
Like,
They've been good at it forever.
Yeah.
Think about the turn ahead the clock night in the 90s with the sleeveless unis that are iconic. And they did fireworks shows in the Kingdom when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Like you could stay afterwards. They would do concerts on the field after the game, like with like New Edition. It was awesome. Like they did all kinds of great stuff. But the idea that, you know, it's just everything, it's sad. So here's the last thing I want to say. I have coached as a head coach before and been a coach who does go home and wallows about a loss and thinks about it and can't sleep and then is pissed off the next day and is not a good coworker or spouse. And guess what? That's a miserable life and it doesn't actually make your team better. Like being sorry for yourself and just like grinding in any facet of your life. Like imagine doing this as a lawyer. Like it doesn't go well and the next day you're just a jerk to everybody and you're like, well, I was just up reading briefs last night. Like it doesn't help. You need to sleep, you need to rest, you need to come in with positivity. And Mike McDonald, this is going to be our segue to the Hard Knock segment, but Mike McDonald, I think says it really well. I've heard him multiple times say, you have to go home to your families. I don't want you here grinding at night. Like what good is that for us? And I think there's this old school sports mentality that if you're not doing well, then you can't do anything else with your life. And I think that's ridiculous. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. I can be, and I am very frustrated with this team. I got the playoff ticket email and I'm like, absolutely not. I don't care if they go on a run. I don't want to go to the playoffs. I'm so mad at this team, right? I'm not participating. I'm not spending that money again, even if they go on a run. If they end up somehow doing something amazing, I'll buy a ticket. Very upset. Hate the way the team's playing. Almost don't want to watch games. That can be true. And also I can go hang out with my wife and be okay. As can Josh Naylor go hang out with his kid and his wife and be okay. And if you can't like live with that as a fan, that is your problem that you need to reconcile with yourself and who you are as a person. That's my take.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mike McDonald, and we got to learn a little about him in episode 1 of Hard Knocks.
This locker room is unlike any locker room I've ever been a part of.
We got to get this on camera right here.
When you're listening to this, you'll probably have seen episode 2.
No, it doesn't come out till Tuesday. So
it doesn't come out till Tuesday.
We're good. We're good. It's not a Sunday night show. It's not House of the Dragon, Kev.
Yeah,
you watching House of the Dragon?
I mean, maybe that's why.
Are you watching House of the Dragon?
No, I'm not.
Are you a Game of Thrones guy?
No, I need to be a Game of Thrones.
Do you watch any shows, Kevin?
You know what? I watched.
You probably watch Suits. You probably watch Suits.
I finished that a long time ago.
You watch what? The Ultimatum?
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
No, I've never even heard of that.
It's on Netflix. Imagine you are not married to Dana yet.
Okay. Just like Love Island.
Dana really wants to get married. And so she takes you and applies for you to both appear on this show with other people that have brought their significant others, wife or male or female in this situation, to this show. And the premise is that you need to put up or shut up. Yeah. So what they do
you're either
is
leaving with somebody else's person or
that would be really spicy.
Okay.
But what really happens is everyone breaks up and then you do like speed dating and then you have to find another person that you do a trial marriage with.
God.
And then you do this for like, it's so trashy. You do this for a set amount of period of time and there's all the drama that comes with that. Like you live with the person.
Yeah. But this is not the person you came with.
No, you have to choose another person.
Okay.
So some people during the speed dating round get so into it that they just give up and then they go and propose or they break up because it's just too intense.
Wow.
And then then they reunite, and then you live with that person again. And then there's a proposal at the end, or no proposal.
Wow.
So Imagine.
That's what you're watching.
Yeah, that is the track. We finished.
Here's the good news. Here's the good news, Kev. The other reality TV you're watching is Hard Knocks.
But yeah, we've rolled right into it.
Okay.
God, so much of it. Christine's watching with me, and her reaction was like, "This was like last week," and I was like, "Yes, it's the footage is from last week."
I know.
Like the Blue Angels are there.
I'm excited for episode 2. We'll have what happened today. They had a live practice at Lumen. That will be a big part of it, I'm sure. That'll be cool. Yeah.
Well, let's lead it off here. Favorite segment for you? Favorite player?
I think for me, Derick Hall stole the show. So Derick Hall, many reasons why he stole the show. He kicks it off with his truck, which is just supersized, massive thing. And I forgot I had heard him being interviewed about his trucks before. And he has this whole story. You can look it up. Like, he had a truck that was being shipped from somewhere in the South, I think, up to Seattle, and it like caught fire and completely burned down. So then he got this new truck, and he talked about this one he'd painted, and now he's repainted it, and it's got, lift, or I don't know all the technical terms, but
would you call it a monster truck?
It's a monster truck to me.
Okay.
Yeah. JJ, that's 100% a monster truck. Those are like those little monster trucks he has. Yeah. I mean, Derick Hall opens the show by running over a camera. Like, he legitimately ran over that camera, not on purpose. I heard on the radio this week. So he runs over a camera that's on the ground that's trying to get a cool angle. He's then wearing the short shorts that they're all talking about. He tries to tackle Leonard Williams, which he talked about on the radio this week. He tries it once a week. He's never beat him. Leonard Williams always wins. I thought Derick Hall was great. And I'll talk about the other part of Derick Hall in the story maybe in a little bit, but I thought he was a star. Yeah. What about you?
I really liked Cooper Kupp. I loved how he was involved with everything, like the clips where he's just chatting with McDonald, looking at tape, explaining things.
That was awesome.
He's in the QB meeting, like just hanging out and probably doing substantive things. He's talking about attending Taylor Swift's wedding. That was
one of the newsworthy things I had, was that Cooper Kupp went to Taylor Swift's wedding.
And then he talks about how he thought it was a joke that he was invited.
Right.
So good.
He never answered the question that Sam Darnold asked him, which is, how do you know Travis Kelce? How'd you get invited? All he went into was like, I thought it was a joke. Yeah. I'm like, I guess just Pro Bowls, like being awesome. Right.
Yeah. I'm kind of getting you kind of get the feel of like the social order on the team. Sam Darnold to me doesn't really give off like alpha vibes. Like, I am the leader of this team. Like, if you're talking about veteran leader, Cooper Kupp is definitely that guy. Like, no doubt in my mind.
I disagree with you a little bit. Like, alpha, I agree. Like, not your stereotypical alpha, but I do get the vibe from this that Sam Darnold is a leader. He is the leader on the team. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like, they really like him. Like, the fact that Ernest Jones calls him Ginger Cuz, like the defense embraces him. I just think he's, like, a lot of times what happens with athletes when you've been sort of humbled because you've had this experience and then you've come back from that. Yeah. I think it's really hard not to be an authentic leader. And then Mike McDonald embodies that humble leadership and servant leadership as well. So you can't help but be a part of that. There were some news things besides Cooper Kupp attending Taylor Swift's wedding. So here are the things I wrote down. See if you have any others. I did write down what you said. I thought it was really interesting. This is a small one, but Cooper Kupp helping Mike McDonald diagnose an offense. I'm assuming it was an opponent maybe, or something he saw in a coverage of another team. It could have been the Seahawks offense from practice, but whatever he diagnosed there, like, McDonald's reaction was so great because it tells you a lot about Kupp and McDonald. McDonald's humble enough to be like, you're awesome. I didn't even see that coming. Right. That's great. And then obviously they allowed it to be on the show. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's coaches where something like that's happened and they're like, don't put that on Hard Knocks. Right. And they've edited it out. And then Cooper Kupp is clearly, if he wants to coach, he'd be great. So those things. The other ones were Nicky Emmanwori's ankle. So the scooter, and obviously there was kind of the viral clip of how McDonald talked to him. I just think the way he was moving, it'll be interesting to watch the episodes and see how much he moves as it goes on.
Yeah.
If you're watching episode 1, you're thinking, I don't think he's playing week 1, but there's also a month until then. So
He was walking this week.
I saw that. So we're gonna.
Yeah,
I can't wait for episode 2 to see what the update looks like. Maybe the biggest news was the Witherspoon negotiation stuff, which was pretty interesting. Schneider had a clip, right, talking about what to tell the agent, which you probably love. That felt like that's right up your alley, Kev, that kind of stuff. It's
I loved it.
It's kind of like the agents in your DMs, you know?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I always wondered from a fan perspective how much people paid attention to the press. And I know LMU basketball is.
Wait, what do you mean by that? The fan perspective. What do you mean?
Not being in a professional sports organization, working in a professional sports organization, or being a coach or a player, like understanding, like, if someone writes something in the Seattle Times, like, does it really matter to these people?
Oh, to the players, you mean?
To the players or to the coaches, to the coaching staff.
Yeah.
This is all, they're obsessed. They eat it all up.
Well, no, I think it totally depends. Like Mike McDonald, as he said, we do not care. Like he doesn't. But he's also really good at media stuff. There's other people who read all their clippings for sure.
Yeah.
And then there's players who like don't listen to talk radio. They don't even know what's happening on social media.
Yeah.
I'm guessing more receivers and corners are on social media than other positions.
Well, they are paying attention to Madden ratings, right? So who is a 99 rating? Who was that?
Jigba. Jackson Smith and
yeah.
Jigba. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Witherspoon talked in the car about the negotiation, and I thought he was fine. He's like, I just want to play. He's not holding in or holding out, right? Both terms are holding in is very popular now, where you go to practice, but you don't practice as you're negotiating. He's not doing that. He's practicing as he waits a new deal. He is not in the players top 100 in the NFL, which is bananas. But PFF, who is flawed, we talked about this last year, just released their top corners. He's number 1 in the NFL. He's above Christian Gonzalez. He's number 1 by their rating system. So is he going to get paid like the number 1? I mean, we'll find out. We haven't heard any news yet. But he's number 1. I will tell you also, Kev, PFF has Michael Jackson as the number 10 corner in the NFL. He used to be on the Seahawks. Also, another thing I thought was interesting is the Eagles have the 5th and 6th best corners, neither of which are Reek Woolen. I'm like, are the Eagles going to be scary good this year? They might be. The defense might be really, really good. So that was news. And then let's see, do I have one more that I wrote down? This is the other one that relates back to Derick Hall. So I thought probably the most interesting part of the episode for me was the Brady Russell, Derick Hall, the fight, and Brady Russell apparently saying you've changed after you got paid to Derick Hall, which is really kind of messed up as a teammate.
Yeah.
What was your reaction seeing that part?
He probably was embarrassed after, honestly, because after McDonald talking to him, like, see, you're basically telling him you're in the wrong. Doing it in a very, I tried to do that as a teacher when you disciplined, like, very, like, I'm disappointed in you more than, like, you're wrong for what you did, and you
or
must
like
suffer
overly scolding.
Yes, it was more of
did
like,
not do that.
Why,
did not
why'd
come
you do
across.
that? I'm trying to get
strong.
why you did. And he explained it. He articulated, like, got caught up in the moment. McDonald filled in the blanks. Like, I know that Hall was picking on guys and kind of probably coloring outside of the lines a little bit of practice.
Well, the body slam was outside the lines.
Yes,
the way he pulled him down. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing, and it's like something that's super common in these NFL training camps. Like, these guys, they have to play with that type of edge, right? They have to be competitive. Like, you'd rather have that than the lifeless Mariners, am I right?
That's fair. Yeah, people will agree with you on that. I think what's cool about Hard Knocks is you get the why for the fight. Like everybody reported it. Brady Henderson and Corbin Smith and everybody who's covering, Hawk Blogger, everyone who's covering the Seahawks who's at practice every day. They reported, they had video of it, and they're like, whoa, it was a really big fight. But nobody knows what happened unless you're watching Hard Knocks. So I think that's, obviously really cool. That's why we like behind the scenes shows. It's cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing us behind the scenes of the 2026 Seattle Mariners to see if they are lifeless or not, Kev. That would be actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
One last thing about Hard Knocks before we move on. Who do you think the star is right now?
I'd probably say Cooper Kupp. I think there's, his personality, he's kind of like, I don't want to say underwhelming. Like him and Sam Darnold, they're just very like
pretty chill bros.
Pretty chill, right? They're not like, and I'd say for the most part, unsurprisingly, like, and of course we're comparing. We're going to compare to the LOB era. Those guys had so much personality. Like what's the backup? Michael Robinson was running around with a video camera. Like you had Marshawn Lynch, probably the best personality in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
You had Russell Wilson, who everyone had opinions about. Like this team just doesn't.
You had Sherm, you had Earl Thomas.
Oh my god, I didn't even get to the secondary.
Yeah, you had all kinds of dudes on
Pete
that team.
Carroll,
Pete Carroll himself. This team, the personalities came out a little bit more on the defense. Like I thought Witherspoon is pretty fun and interesting, and Derick Hall, obviously. There's a couple guys that were interesting we didn't hear from, like no AJ Barner, which I expected. No Julian Love yet, right? Like those guys maybe will be a little bit more in week 2. But I thought the star was running backs coach Thomas Hammock in the meeting room, just dropping F-bomb after F-bomb. And I think most of the players, the Seahawks had a clip that they asked, and a lot of the Seahawks players said that they thought he was the star. And they were kind of clowning it. He has a part where he was doing like a running thing, and he was like... For those on audio, you can't see it, but you should go watch the clip. He was great. And I guess at the Seahawks practice at Lumen today, a lot of fans were like, as he walked by, like yelling things he said at the meeting, and he loved it. So if I had to guess, he's back in episode 2. Because if you're HBO, right? So here's my comparison. I don't know how many people listen to our podcast, watch that show, House of Dragon. It's a Game of Thrones show. It's a very good show. And I was listening to something talking about it. And last season, they had kind of a whimper end of season 2 episode, right? It just didn't go out with a bang. And they were talking about the last episode is this weekend for season 3. They're like, they won't do that again. Because you read what people say. If you're HBO and you're making Hard Knocks and you're looking at social media content, and you do, to Christine's point, you get to look at what happens every week. You're like, we got to feature this guy again. People loved him, right? So I think we're going to get more. That's my guess. That's my guess.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
That's very cool. Okay. Next segment we're going to go to is just hit on some things, some quicker than others, but let's just call it the rundown. And the rundown, literally, we're going to run down the different things going on. So I put in there earlier in the week just to see how it'd go, and then I added a question mark to it. The Mariners' new look offense. So we've talked about the Mariners already, but since we talked, Taylor Ward is now in the lineup. Brendan Donovan is back.
Who's gone?
Cal Raleigh's hitting 8th.
Yeah.
Garver's gone. Luke Raley's out for the year. Rob Refsnyder's gone.
Apparently the Yankees are taking a look.
They're looking at
Snyder.
Well, they have Garver.
No,
they signed Garver to a minor
the
league
Astros
deal.
are looking at Refsnyder.
He'll hit 350 for the rest of the year. The Mariners have proceeded to just score no runs and suck even worse. So the new look offense, great. It's really annoying to me. Like if you looked at that lineup and saw Cal Raleigh batting 8th,
yeah,
Donovan batting 7th, you're like, this team is loaded. And God, they suck. They really suck right now.
Yeah. The only solace, is that how
solace
I pronounce
would be the word, yes.
The only solace is that the Toronto Blue Jays were in the World Series last year. They are in last place. They are 6 games under 500.
They have the same record as the Mariners, Kev.
Yeah, and they're probably wondering what the hell is happened.
Sure they are.
Happened to them.
They're also going to finish with a better record than we are.
God, I hope not.
Well, they're absolutely going to.
Man.
And so are the Tigers, who are the other team you were going to name.
57-60, yeah.
They're going to both finish with a better record. I am out on the Mariners. Like, they're not turning this around.
You're donezo.
I'm going to watch them because that's what I do. And I'll be happy to be on this podcast and be like, wow, I was wrong. But tell me what sign you have that says they're turning it around. Getting shut out?
Me and you are both history people. They always go on a run. They've always gone on.
No, they don't always go on a run.
They've always gotten close, right?
They'll be close because the American League's terrible. But
okay.
Do you know who they play in August, Kevin?
It's going to be horrible, but can they pull out 500?
Not at this point.
Yeah. All right, we got...
Just in case you're not listening, or sorry, well, hopefully you're listening. Just in case you don't know, after the Rays tomorrow, they finish the series after losing the first 2 in the series. They go to the Yankees, Astros, and Brewers on the road. Brutal. Come home for the
Brewers
Cubs.
Are first place, by the way. They're like 30
Brewers
games
are
above 500.
better than the Dodgers record-wise. Then they have Cubs and Phillies at home. Good thing they have a fourth wing night ticket special, though, for all the fans to come out. Then they go to the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Cool. Yeah. This season is quickly over. But second thing in the rundown, they did name the top 50 of all time in the Mariners history. Kev, did you get to see the list?
I did see the list.
Okay. Who was a snub for you? Right on the air.
I know. I saw the picture. Who is a snub? That's a good question. I saw a lot of chatter about Jeff Nelson being snubbed.
He was the biggest name people named. That was a terrible sentence. Arthur Rhodes made it and Jeff Nelson didn't. Mike Jackson made it, who was like a setup guy as well. Jeff Nelson pitched in bigger games than Mike Jackson did. I think there's maybe a little beef between the organization and Jeff Nelson. I hope that's not why, but maybe. Here's the other snubs I'd add to the list. Tino Martinez. I thought he was pretty big time for us. 95, first baseman, right? Edwin Diaz is second in club history in saves and had maybe the single best relief season in the history of our franchise. The one people named that I'm fine not being on there, but I love him is Gino Suarez. People said he should have been on there.
Yeah, I think Gino should have been on there just because of
the Grand Slam last year.
The moments. Like there's guys like Bobby, like Brian Wu on here, like great. Like,
I mean,
it feels
there's
good,
8 current Mariners or 8 guys from this year's team,
like
including
Kirby.
4/5 of the rotation. Bryce Miller's just chilling in the dugout by himself. Sad he's not in the.
Yeah,
I mean, these are top 50 players all time. Are we really saying like? I mean, I know I said this on a different podcast, but Wu, Gilbert, and Kirby are top. I guess.
Yeah, Dave Valle.
Dave Valle's the one. Dave Valle's the one that's really hard. He played in the Mariners forever.
Like
he's an announcer.
Like he got a bump. Yeah, he got
totally
a bump.
got a bump.
Yeah,
and he's a great dude. Everybody says I've met him like twice. He's like a good dude, but
you know what was impressive to me?
Stats-wise, that's a hard one. And he wasn't like. It's not like Dan Wilson where he was on really significant teams, or Luis Castillo, as people have said in the comments this week, like pitched the playoff game, the first game they won in 20 years. Dave Valle was on bad teams. So, I mean, he caught Randy Johnson's no-hitter, I guess. I don't know why Dave Valle's on the team. I don't get that one.
Yeah. What was cool for me was that 44 of the 48 living players on the list were at T-Mobile Park tonight.
And then 3 sent in a video. The only one who didn't was Luis Castillo, but he's pitching for someone else and just left.
And he just got traded away by the team.
He's probably like, I'm not ready to send a video.
I understand why he didn't really care to send a video.
Yeah.
So I think that was really cool. I need to go back and watch the actual, like, A-Rod got cheered on.
He got cheered, which I'm glad he did. He should.
Yeah, he
I'll stand on that. Like, there's I don't understand why anyone would boo somebody for taking $150 million more than another team offered.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say it. I was going to talk about my own job. Like, I shouldn't do that on the air. But like, I would just say most of us, if we got $150 million offer, more than we're making right now, are going, right?
Yeah. That's
and
not
I know
a
that
controversial
you
take.
can, and you can like not like him because he played for the Yankees, or there's allegations of stuff, and he's not in the Hall of Fame because of it. Okay, you're gonna boo him in the top 50 night, like really? The guy hasn't been back here. I don't know. Maybe this goes back to what I said earlier. I just feel bad for you. It's like have a nice, like, enjoy your life a little bit more. Like, go look at the stars, man. Watch a sunset.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go surfing. Find some good music.
Some people are probably telling you this after hearing you rant about, I don't know. Maybe we'll hear you rant about something, and they'll tell you to go watch the
Schmetzer.
sunset.
I wasn't even ranting about Schmetzer.
Yeah,
People get these
great.
get these little clips, and they're like, "How are you slamming Brian Schmetzer?" I'm like,
we were getting a lot more agreement. Like,
we really were. But it was a lot of Timbers fans. It was a lot of Timbers fans on TikTok. They were like, "Yeah, baby." Okay, let me do the Sounders really quick for you. There's a great movie called The Waterboy, starring Adam Sandler.
Yes, I know this movie. Yes.
And Rob Schneider's in it. Rob Schneider
he's in every Adam Sandler movie.
Yes, and later in life, maybe I don't agree with everything Rob Schneider says, but in those films, he was fantastic. And there's a point where the Waterboy stops playing football, and Rob Schneider goes, "No, we suck again." And that's how I feel about the Sounders. They lost their 7th in a row.
Yeah.
So that's all I got for the Sounders. That's all I wanted to say.
Great.
Yeah,
that's great.
Before you get to something about Husky, I'm going to make you say something about Husky practices starting football, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you one more on the rundown here. I saw this today, and I'm guessing you've seen it. Mark Pope, Kentucky basketball coach. One-time Washington Husky for a season, by the way, before he transferred to Kentucky. Newport High graduate is talking about a practice they had where some fans could see it, right? Fans could see, and the rules are so strange now, but you had something they could do off season here for Kentucky. And he said, "Yeah, I told Zoom and Frank, this is more fans at this practice than you probably had at all your home games last year."
Yeah.
Just shots fired on a random internet clip in the middle of August.
Yeah.
Also
he definitely has a superiority complex because you're the head basketball coach at Kentucky. There's no need to fire shots at lowly Washington in the Big Ten. I don't get it, honestly. It gets him nowhere.
You want to know my take on this too? That's interesting. So Mark Pope's on the hot seat at Kentucky. He has not gone well since he's been there. They have high expectations coming off of Calipari, and
Yeah.
Maybe this is going to come off wrong, but if that's the case, let's just put it this way. If that's the case, and Washington, as we've talked about, was pretty bad last year, you just took 2 players from that roster. So are you reloading, my guy? Like, do you have the talent you need to get the fans off your back? Or are you just going to take shots across the country to somebody else?
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I'm cheering against him so bad now after that comment. Like,
I love it. Look at you. You're a Husky loyalist.
Kentucky. Yeah.
Speaking
Absolutely.
of your Husky loyalty.
Yeah.
On Thursday was the first Washington football practice. Last part of the rundown here. Tell me anything that you've read or we need to know about Husky football practice so far.
I mean, from a completely general perspective, I need to stop saying I've noticed this when I've been editing.
I've had that too. It's a good thing
Huskies,
we're not the number 1 podcast.
Yeah, the coaches poll came out and Huskies were ranked number 19.
Yeah, that would surprise me. Were you surprised or no?
No, I thought they were for sure going to be top 25.
Okay.
But there's a handful of Big Ten teams ahead of them. Remember, the Big Ten, there's 18 teams. So even though the Huskies are 19 in the country, there's probably 5 or 6 or 7 teams ranked above the Huskies.
I think it might be more. I'll check as you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. Some names to watch that are turning heads. Christian Moss, a 6'3" receiver. He was a transfer, I think, from Kennesaw State. Damon Williams is raving about him. So he's someone to keep an eye on. Besides that, I don't think like a lot of newsworthy. I know you wanted to ask me, but
No, it's fine.
I think things are going to get interesting once there's pads on and we start to have full practices.
We got a couple offensive linemen. The Hatchets, right, are both not practicing yet, but it doesn't seem like we should be totally concerned yet. Offensive line seems like it'll be fine. We talked about that last week. Somebody came in our comments about Jordan Washington and said that we were spreading false news, even though we were just saying what Jed Fish said. I'm like, this is the essence of social media. Like, you guys are lying.
They're like, where did you hear that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, where did you hear that?
How much do you want to bet that he's going to play? And I'm like, I don't want to bet you.
I don't want to bet
internet
you.
User.
And also, Jed Fish said
no
this.
desire. Yeah.
This is not our speculation. We are not a speculative podcast. Kev, let's do a bonus top 5 real quick just to finish the Husky football segment.
Yeah, go for it.
There are 6 teams ranked above Washington that are Big Ten teams. Name all 6.
Yeah. Ohio State.
Yep. Number 1.
Indiana. Probably number 2.
Number 6.
Oh, number 6.
Yeah. You missed one. That's number 2. Your favorite.
Oregon.
Yep.
They're number 2.
Yep.
Is it Michigan? Is Michigan?
Michigan's 16.
So how many is that?
You have 2 more. You have 2 more. One is above Michigan and one is right below.
USC.
USC is 14, and there's one more. The other one might surprise some people, but they're a traditional powerhouse.
Yes, it's Penn State.
Yep. 2 spots above Washington. Yeah. And then Iowa is 22nd, so that would mean there are 8 Big Ten teams in the top 25, and Illinois is 4th spot out. They're, I guess, the closest one after that. So Huskies play, tell me if I have this right, they play Oregon, they play Indiana, both at home to end the, or just the last 2 games of the year. They play USC, they play Penn State, and they play Iowa. I don't think they play Michigan or Ohio State. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Look at me. God, I should be a Husky insider. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Kev, we have one more segment here before our top 5.
I wanted to read some comments to you. I think that we should just give some shout outs to people that engage with us.
But you're doing this in a positive way.
Yeah, I pulled these out for you, and I want you to respond.
Okay, great. I really thought you were going to go negative with this segment.
No.
So, you know how people say, like, never read the comments?
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't know, maybe, you probably did journalism at a time where you don't read the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The negative part was at the start of the show.
Yeah,
so
we already covered
it a little bit.
Okay,
right?
great. I'm ready.
So
I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to listen.
From Travis on TikTok.
Okay, Travis
about
on TikTok.
The Sounders. Injuries aside, this roster is mid at best. Fire the GM. HC is def on the hot seat. Yamar, De La Vega, Kihi, Dotson, Mortisy, Musavsky, Areola, Hawkins, plus a few more need to go.
Pronunciations are amazing.
The roster is trash. Even with a few of those players coming back, it is not enough to do anything substantial with. Overhaul needs to happen. Start at the top and get rid of dead weight. Parentheses, Morris, De La Vega, etc. Agree or disagree?
Generally agree. A little harsh. Wow. It's a little harsh because they're not going to win a championship with this roster.
Yeah.
Even though I thought last year they actually could. The part I really agree with is like Morris and De La Vega are 2 of our highest paid players, and they really are not doing anything for us. Hurt all the time. It's transfer season. There's a striker that might cost $5.5 million that they're in rumors talking to. I think Sounders fans, as we've talked about, would say, yeah, we'll believe it when we see it, right? There's a real prevailing thought. We saw this in our comments, just to add on, that Adrian Hanauer is the reason we're not, like, he's broke or something, that they're not spending money. And I think it's probably unfair unless somebody has some inside info. I certainly don't, so I'm not going to sit here and say that. I'll tell you the facts are they have not spent money signing somebody of significance for multiple years, and that's frustrating.
I mean, if the Mariners can make it to the ALCS, why can't the Sounders get away without spending money? You know what I mean?
I mean, the Mariners are at least in the middle of the MLB and payroll. People, again, this goes back to social media.
Yeah.
People act like they're the A's and they have a $160 million payroll, and they've signed Julio, Cal, they re-signed Naylor.
They signed Colt Emerson before he did anything.
Yeah, well, I think Colt will be fine next year, but it doesn't look great right now that he's making $9 million or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a little harsh on the Mariners. The Sounders is justified. Okay, what's the next one?
The other one was I posted something about how I thought it was great that they're honoring all of Mariners history and not just 2001 and 1995 like they often do.
Yeah.
And I made a comment about how there's some people that I'll just never care about, and one of them is Eric Bedard, who I've went on about on our podcast, and someone responded and said that they hated Chone Figgins and how he was just a terrible person too. And then there were other comments, and this comes from Carpe MC12. Says Figgins wasn't only horrible, he was a jerk and tried to fight Don Wakamatsu in the dugout. I looked up this story because
you couldn't find it, or did you?
I found it.
Okay.
I found it. Okay, so if you're upset with the Mariners right now, let me time travel back to 2010, July 24th, about 17 years ago. Add fighting among themselves to the Mount Rainier high list of problems the Seattle Mariners have right now. Friday night's 2-1 loss to Boston brought a new most unseemly low, a mid-game fight in the dugout between benched second baseman Chone Figgins and manager Don Wakamatsu. Let me just read 2 more paragraphs for you, Brian. I just have to.
Please do.
The brief but intense scrum included a shouting match across the length of the bench, pushing between players and coaches who were trying to intervene, one Mariner climbing over others, lunging toward Figgins, the starting pitcher in the middle trying to make peace, and third baseman Jose Lopez having his jersey pulled off his back. And Ira Figgins spent the last few innings stewing inside the clubhouse. Veteran clubhouse leader Russell Branyan. Yeah, baby. Went back there to talk to Figgins. Branyan was glad to see Figgins hadn't left the stadium during the game, as Milton Bradley had done after Wakamatsu benched him during a game in May. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
The Mariners were in last place. That's showing emotion.
They were 23 games under 500. Okay. I'm going to build off of this. I'm doing this on the fly, but I looked it up. Here was the lineup that night. Ichiro leading off. Chone Figgins batting .229, is hitting second. Gutierrez hitting third. Love Goody. Third in your lineup doesn't mean you're doing great. Jose Lopez, Justin Smoke, Milton Bradley. Our catcher that night was Josh Bard. I'm sorry, I didn't know Josh Bard played for the Mariners ever, and I know a lot of Mariners. Jack Wilson at short and Michael Saunders in left. Our starting pitcher that night was David Pauly. So that tells you everything you need to know. And Don Wakamatsu had this quote, which I think people would actually wish for right now. He's talking about Figgins and why he benched him. I didn't think there was much effort in that backup on like a throw, and I made the decision to take him out of the ball game. Yeah. I mean, it's better than tough one tonight, which is what we got after the Mariners lost 8-0 the other night, predictably. I don't know. Wakamatsu, I think, a little underrated as a manager. It's a pretty bad team, but maybe I'm wrong. I think there's some stories that maybe he wasn't the best leader at all times, but I don't know. He seemed like a good dude to me.
I'm just getting.
Can we bring him back? What's Don Wakamatsu doing these days?
I mean, when we're wondering why Brian Wu and Logan Gilbert are in the top 50 Mariners of all time, because there was an era where clubhouse leader was Russell Branyan. That's why.
He wasn't bad. Also, Richie Sexson kind of got snubbed. Go look at his numbers. People remember him as being high priced and blah, blah, blah. I think Richie Sexson got snubbed on this team.
Brian, this transitions perfectly to our top 5.
Oh, that's great.
As you know, Ichiro Suzuki was in the home run derby. All right.
Sorry, I'm reading about Don Wakamatsu. Sorry, I have to pause you. He's the executive vice president of the Oakland Ballers, who's an independent team created to replace the Oakland A's.
They play in the Coliseum. I've been invited to go to games.
Well, you should go and say hi to Don Wakamatsu and ask him if he talks to Chone Figgins still. Okay, I'm listening. Ichiro was in the alumni home run derby. I'm ready.
Yeah, he's like 50, 51
52.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
He ripped off like 4 home runs in 40 seconds.
Yeah.
What could you do at that age? You're not even that age yet.
Is this your top 5? What are you doing?
No,
Why are you
sorry.
embarrassing me on the podcast?
Okay. Ichiro has 99 career home runs as a Mariner. I'll give that away. Okay, I'm going to name a player. You have to tell me if they have more career home runs as a Mariner than Ichiro.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you get 2 strikes. Let's see how far you can get.
I'm not going to get very far. Okay, here we go.
All right, let's go. Mike Cameron, more or less? Less. Mike Cameron had 87 home runs.
Oh, my God.
JP Crawford.
Less.
Yes, less. He has 74.
That was close. I was almost out.
Mike Zunino.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Some people say he got snubbed.
I know. I'm going to go more.
Less. He had 95.
You're like, really, these are hard. Why didn't you do like JB and then start?
Okay. Mitch Haniger.
No, I already have 2 strikes. I'm out.
You did? You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Three players. Mitch Haniger has more.
Yeah, he has 119. I'll
I was going to say 117. I was close on that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Keep going. Let's see if I can get any more.
Ken Phelps.
More.
Yeah, 105. Tied with Richie Sexson, who also has 105.
Let's go. I would have said more for Richie as
How
well.
about Jim Presley?
Let's go less.
Nope, 115.
Wow, Jimmy. Okay. He also was a snub. You know I've taught you about Jim Presley in this podcast.
Can you name the top 5 most home runs in Mariners history?
I think so.
Okay, do it.
Actually, maybe I can't. Let's see. Ken Griffey Jr.
Yep, number 1, 417.
JB Inner's up there.
Number 3, 307.
I think Edgar's in the top 5.
Edgar's number 2, 309. You got 2
Alex
more.
Rodriguez.
Number 5, 189.
So I'm missing number 4.
Yep.
Nelson Cruz.
Oh.
It's not Nelson Cruz?
No, not Nelson Cruz. He has 163.
It's not Cal Raleigh yet, right? He's like at 7
Cal
or 8.
Raleigh is number 6. He has 165. So
okay, hold on. It's not Cano, is it?
Nope.
Okay, hold on.
Cano actually only has 107.
Okay. Kyle Seager.
Yep. 242.
Wow.
Yep.
Seager had what a career.
Yeah, he's definitely
Siegs.
Hall of Very Good material.
He's going to be in the Mariners Hall of Fame someday once he gets over his sadness about the Mariners or whatever's going on there.
Yeah.
By the way, Rick Riz, congratulations. Mariners Hall of Fame announced tonight.
There you go.
Yeah. Do you think I'll ever get in there, Mariners Hall of Fame?
You know, we should buy a little inscription for you. You can.
Kev, while we're on the subject, are you in any Hall of Fames?
Am I in the Hall of any Hall of Fames? No.
It's tough.
You are.
Oh, thanks for asking, Kev. Yeah, two-time member of the Seattle Prep Hall of Fame. No big deal.
Gosh.
You know the best part is, though, and the most humbling part of just being an adult and being a teacher is when you bring that up, kids just laugh because they think you're joking. And I'm like, no, I'm not joking, actually. And they're like, for what? That's their follow-up question. I'm like, thank you. Appreciate that. So nothing like teenagers to humble you. It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
On that note, can't wait to get back to school in 2 weeks and be humbled every day.
Well, I told Christine I get paid. Literally, my job is to make arguments, to write arguments down, and to come up with arguments. And I look at JJ on a daily basis, and I will never win an argument with him, no matter how hard I try. I will just never win an argument.
Hey, isn't he like 2?
Yeah, that's the point.
But yeah, he's in the stage where you're not going to win an argument. And then you'll be in the stage where you win all the arguments for a while, and then it just goes away again. Yeah.
He does this thing where I'm about to say something, and he says no before it leaves my mind out of my mouth.
That's rough.
You know that's rough, right?
That's rough, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, on that note,
Good luck to
shout
you.
out to everyone.
If I had to do a
children at
top
this
5 to
age.
finish us out with top JJs, I'll tell you, your JJ is above JJ McCarthy. So there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. See everyone next
Bye.
week. Thanks for listening.